How much do you think our mental health can affect our sex lives? Because it's quite a codependent relationship, you know. Think of it like this: your mind needs to thrive so that your body can thrive. Anxiety can have different impacts for men and women when it comes to sexy time. So for men, it's one of the biggest contributing factors to erectile dysfunction, and for women, it means they can have difficulty getting aroused.
So anything that causes low mood or anxiety or depression can impact sexual functioning pretty much at any stage in an arousal process. So for some people that impacts their motivation to have sex, so their libido. For other people it impacts their ability to get turned on, or if you're a man, ability to maintain an erection. So some people that's fine, but orgasm is challenging.
From a physiological standpoint, anxiety can actually override feelings of pleasure in women.
Anxiety, for the majority of people, anxiety and sex don't exist at the same time. You know, it's kind of linked to survival. So if you think back, if we were cave people and you're about to have sex and there's like a saber-toothed tiger over there that's going to come and eat you, if your brain didn't give greater priority to that threat, then you wouldn't survive very long.
And depression can also lead to a low sex drive and loss of desire.
I think depression as well impacts your self-esteem and your energy levels and general relationship satisfaction. So all of those can have a knock-on effect in your sex life.
And PTSD and OCD can both affect our sex lives too. If your mental health is not thriving at the moment though, there are some things you can do to try and improve your sexual satisfaction. Sex therapists recommend something called aftercare, which is basically making sure that after the deed is done, it's all happy vibes, that you talk with your partner, that you cuddle, and making sure that everything is all okay. So it aims to avoid any negative physiological effects and shame. Of course, it's also super important to keep having those honest and open conversations with your partner or partners about where your head is and how you're feeling about it all.
People quite often aren't very open and honest about how they're feeling. There's some shame around sexual dysfunctions, and so people tend to internalize a lot of that shame. What can then happen, or what I see happening, is that their partners do some cognitive gymnastics and come up with the idea that it must be something about them.
For those with diagnosed mental health conditions, it's important to keep track of how you're feeling and how your sex drive fluctuates. You can do this in your notes, in a diary, wherever, and after a while you'll hopefully be able to identify patterns. Those patterns might help yourself and your partner identify when and why the sexy time might not be so good.
Things that will improve your general mental health would help with your sexual functioning. So mindfulness, meditation, physical exercise, breath work. If all of those things fail and sex does just feel like it's off your agenda, which again is fine and normal, making sure that you are connecting physically but non-sexually can help. So taking the pressure off, forgetting about arousal and orgasms and sex, and having like a massage or going for a walk together or having a date so that you feel emotionally and physically connected even though you're not having sex.
The mind-body relationship is kind of an important cycle because a good sex life can improve our mental health too. It boosts serotonin, releases endorphins and oxytocin, increases self-esteem, and helps us sleep better. Let us know in the comments, do you have any tips for improving your mental health and sex life?